Hi world, it's me Shannon Marie and it's November 3rd, 2014 and it's Monday night and this is my second video. So I just made a video talking about, what did I talk about? Oh, I talked about my my healthy dose of self-confidence and a little bit of an unhealthy dose of insecurities. But that's normal. I'm like every other girl in the world, probably. But I wanted to come back because on Halloween, which was just on Friday, I made a YouTube video. And I talked about all of this work I feel like I have to do in my life. Like spiritual work, emotional work, just stuff to like clear out my past, you know, like, because there's so much power in simply acknowledging the stuff that happened in your life, in your day. I try to do that every single night, just kind of process everything that happened, so I go to bed with a fresh slate, and then I can just start fresh the next day. I should start doing that more, because I find when I do that, it makes you get to sleep better, the next day better. So anything I can do to make my life better, I'm all about it. So yeah, so to know that you have work to do and stuff is pretty powerful, and that's the place I'm at. And I just realized I have to work through stuff, and I have this big life that I'm meant to live, and I know for a fact if I don't deal with this stuff now, then that might be a little bit limiting later. I'm going to limit myself in ways, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to go into something knowing I'm going to limit myself. So since I have the free time, I don't have a boyfriend, no husband, no children, just my two lovely dogs, Cupcake and Minnie, now's the time to go into that. So my friend watched the video and was like, oh my god, you are so hard on yourself. I'm like, no, I'm just needing like to work on myself, and that's all it is. So yeah, so that was that video, the video I just made. And now I want to go into the beginning of this journey that started on Friday, on Halloween. So I talked about how I have a company, and I'm going to have a big, successful company, multiple companies. I have a clothing brand, pretty exclusive, and I will have many clothing brands. I am single now, but I will have a husband and children and a life. And so I felt like now is a critical time to kind of dive deep into these things that kind of show up in my life on a day-to-day or every couple days or whatever, that show themselves, and I don't want them to be there. So what do? Like, you can't just keep sweeping stuff under the rug. You gotta like lift the rug up and dust it off and see what's under there and see how did that get there, what is there even. But when you just keep pushing it to the side, and you're not putting your awareness on it, then that's not really serving you. But when you put your awareness on something, then you can see a lot of times like, oh, that wasn't as big of a deal as I've been making it all these years. Or like you figure out, oh my god, that, because of this situation that happened to me in my life, that's why I respond when someone speaks to me that way. Or that's when I go into like, I spiral out of control and I get so angry when I'm in this type of situation because of something that happened when I was younger. And it brings back all these memories or all these feelings, and you don't even realize it though. So I don't want to be that person. I'm not that person by nature. Like, I'm very conscious and aware. I try to be. And so with that said, I'm not about to go into this next portion of my life blindly and ignorant about my own stuff. So that's what that is. So with that said, that was on Friday when I kind of had that revelation. And then that night and every day during the weekend, I just had these moments with myself where I kind of reestablished a love for myself. And I got in touch with myself in a way that I hadn't in a while. And I'll tell you, on Friday night, after I made the videos, I shut everything down, and I don't even know, like, I'm just guided. I'm guided, and I was guided to stand in front of my full-length mirror. And I did. I just stood there looking at myself, staring into my own eyes. That was weird, kind of. Like, it was really weird to just, I mean, I had done that before. I'd been guided to do that, and I've had conversations with heaven while looking into my own eyes in the mirror. But this was different, because I was, like, looking into my own eyes, having a conversation with my own self. And, I just was looking at I was looking into my own eyes, and then I kind of looked at my face, just analyzed, just saw what was there, how I was put together. I just looked at everything, and I had on this big white t-shirt that was late, and I had on these little white socks, little ankle socks, and I had no pants. And I was just standing looking in the mirror at myself, and all the lights in my room were off, but I had this little heater that illuminates light, like from it. And the lighting was just like very soft but still very present. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm just having this moment looking at myself. And I took my shirt off, and I was nude, looking in the mirror at myself, every inch of myself. And it's crazy because all of a sudden, and I did not plan this, but I started to just hum that song, Private Party, by India.Arie. And as I was singing it, I like had a moment with myself, and from the top of my head, I just touched every single ounce of everything I am, everything I have, physical. I touched it. I touched every single ounce of my body. I just like touched it and acknowledged it and loved it. And I was in a space where I had so much energy flowing through my body, God energy. I had it just came in, and I was like, I could feel the energy coming out. I was vibrating so high, and I could just feel that I was like healing my own body. Like energy was coming out of my hands, and I was just rubbing on my whole self, and like every ounce, and I put it over my heart to heal my heart, and cover my throat to heal my throat with this healing energy coming out of my hands, and my feminine organs, I did that, and it was just beautiful. That was a really good start to this self-love, self-exploration journey. Standing there singing Private Party. Here, and I did a little audio clip of it. You want to hear it? This is like just a little snippet of it, though. I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror. I'm gonna have a conversation. That was my little take. But it goes, I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror and have a conversation. Oh wait. I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror. I'm gonna have a conversation. We're gonna heal the disconnection. I don't remember where it started, but this is where it's gonna end. And it's just beautiful. And I like randomly had that moment where I was already in that zone in that moment, and the song just flowed through me, and it illustrated where I was in my life. And to move forward and to do this work and dig deep about negative stuff and positive stuff too, but I think it's heaven told me that night on Friday that I have to start with a strong foundation, and I need to love myself and readjust my perspective on my own self. Because moving forward, things might get a little complicated emotionally, and I just need to always have that foundation there. And to have, I love India.Arie, but to have that song be a narrative, for heaven to bring that song into my life, to illustrate this moment and this space that I'm in, was really powerful. Very cool. Here, I don't think I sound that great, but I did another one. I got really into it.
I'm gonna take off all my clothes and look myself in the mirror. I'm gonna have a conversation. We're gonna heal the disconnection. I don't remember where it started, but this is where it's gonna end. I'm having a private party. I'm learning how to love me, celebrating the woman I become, yeah. All my life I've been looking for somebody else to make me whole, but I had to learn the hard way. True love begins with me.
Okay, I butchered one part.
Look at myself in the mirror. We're myself in the booth.
Wait, I cracked up because
I'm gonna look at all my clothes.
I'm gonna look at all my clothes.
Look at myself in the mirror. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna heal the disconnection. I don't remember where it started, but this is where it's gonna end.
Okay, that's not that cute, but whatever. I was so in the moment, I just had to, like, express it. And there's more to that night and that stuff, but I'll just tell you that's the beginning of this beautiful space I placed myself in. We don't just come naturally feeling great and in a good mood and clear of negative energy and full of God light. We do, but stuff happens along the way, and we either forget or we get cloudy, and we just have to bring ourselves back. So this was my way of bringing myself back, and I want to sincerely thank India.Arie for writing that song and all of the other songs. I am getting emotional, teary-eyed, because India.Arie's music is, where is this even coming from? Her music is amazing, and I think that a lot of her songs have helped me in places in my life where I just always felt so different and, like, connected, and the stuff she talks about is, like, very heavenly and very progressive spiritually, and I've always just appreciated that because I felt like she and I were on the same page always, and I love her. I love you, India. I love you, and maybe we can do a duet, but I'll do a little bit more practicing first. Alright, I love you, India, and life. I just love you, life. And I'm so happy to be living you, and I'm taking you by the horns, honey. Private party. Look at yourself in the mirror. Have a conversation with yourself. And heal the disconnection with yourself. You may not remember where it started, but when you say is when it's going to end. It's not ego or vanity. You're just celebrating you.